Rising civilian wages and benefits make military service less enticing. People don't want their children entering into the military. They say with the military that it's old people in this country mad at old people in another country who send young people in this country who don't know the young people in the other country to fight and kill them. Less than 1/4 of young American adults are physically fit to enlist and have no disqualifying criminal record, a proportion that has shrunk steadily in recent years. Shifting attitudes toward military service mean that now only about 1 in 10 young people say they would even consider it. They've lowered the standards. Standards were high when I went in. Couldn't have anything when I trotted my happy ass up there. Now, they have raised the enlistment bonuses. When I went in, I got $3,000. Today, they paying as much as $50,000. If you enlist and leave for basic training in 30 days, they'll give you $35,000. Wow. To broaden the recruiting pool, the service branches have loosened their restrictions on neck tattoos and other standards. In June, the Army even briefly dropped this requirement for a high school diploma. Before deciding that was a bad move, they rescinded that. What about smoking that ooh-wee? Of course, you have to quit smoking once you get in. But back in the day, they held smoking that gunpowder against you. You know. The Army is the largest of the armed forces, and the recruiting shortfall is hitting them the hardest. As of late June, it had recruited only about 40% of roughly 57,000 new soldiers it wants to put in boots by September 30th, the end of the fiscal year. Other branches are not having it any easier. The Navy, Marine Corps do not release recruiting figures before the end of the fiscal year, but both have acknowledged that it will be hard for them to meet their quotas this year as well. Even the Air Force, who rarely has trouble because the Air Force is sweet, baby. Air Force is cake. They're 4,000 recruits short of the level it typically reaches by midsummer. And then the short-term problem of COVID has kept the recruiters away from high-traffic areas like county fairs, street festivals, and their most productive hunting grounds, high schools. You know, they were doing that homeschooling at one point. So, you know, you have to get face-to-face with people. The way the guy got me when I was going in, he was throwing all kinds of different stuff at me and had me go into tanks. Biggest mistake of my life. I don't regret